In my early 40s, just before I started the march down my spiritual path, I co-drove with a great young guy for a few years once I joined the National Autocross Circuit. Last week's Sailing Through Failing video introduced the wonders of autocross. Dave and I took some mighty long and boring drives cross-country to various races, and he was a great conversationalist. But it wasn't until our second year that I discovered he was a traditional Christian with some foundational beliefs that were different than my beliefs that I'd never before thought to question. He spoke of following the Bible's teachings without question because it was the only authority to guide one's life. He said, for instance, if the Bible didn't tell us not to, how would we know not to steal? I answered immediately. I know in my heart that it's wrong to steal. I know it would hurt me if someone stole from me, so I know it would hurt someone else if I stole from them. God wouldn't leave us without equipment to determine for ourselves what we should do. I didn't need any outside source to teach me that. I have that knowing in my own heart. When I was young, I had a very strong ego guiding my actions. I'd related before how I arranged my life to look good in the eyes of parents, teachers, and other adults. My sense of worth was based on good grades, good behavior, and living up to society's definition of a good girl. I remember Jen, our best friend's mom, saying once that boys were so much easier to raise than girls because girls are sneaky. And boy, did that describe me. Once when I was maybe 7 or 8, I had a fork and I was punching holes in a piece of paper I'd laid on the seat of one of the vinyl chairs at the kitchen table. When I pulled the paper away, I found, to my horror, that I'd punched holes in the vinyl seat. Thinking quickly, I called my younger brother Jeff over and said, "Do this, it's really fun." When he took over puncturing the chair, I called out to Mom, "Mom, look what Jeffy's doing!" And he took the heat. Jeff was an easy target, as he was not a people pleaser like I was, and he was always getting into mischief, so he was a natural to take the rap. While I had an overactive ego making myself look good at others' expense if necessary, I did also have a strong conscience. I knew in my heart that hurting Jeff was wrong, and as you can see, this lesson has stuck with me for decades and still bothers me that I did it. You'll be relieved to know that as I grew into my teens and 20s, I did start to stand up for what was right instead of what was easy. My soul artfully presented me with these life experiences to grow up, not only emotionally, but spiritually. We don't need to capitulate to any outside authority telling us who we are and who we should be. Sure, our actions have consequences if we break laws or hurt others, but our own inner resources are what truly guide us unerringly to our next step, our next direction, our best action. And that guidance will undoubtedly keep us safe and be nothing but beneficial if we heed the call. When we follow our own heart, our own soul's guidance, it keeps us out of judgment of others. They are here to follow their guidance and learn through their own lessons. We need only look to our own hearts to find our own answers, to bypass the ego's advice and to shine that divine.